the hit show Gossip Girl. She's on stage with her band, The Pretty Reckless. They're on a world tour right now. Please welcome Taylor Momsen, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, and thanks for coming.
Hello, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm good. Now, you were born in the 90s, but you grew up listening to, let's get this straight, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, The Who, and Pink Floyd. Do you just have really cool parents?
I do. I have. My dad's a big rock and roll fan, so lots of vinyl in my house.
So you grew up listening to vinyl?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We didn't get our first CD player till I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or something.
So about 5 years ago.
Something like that.
Too easy. Did 90s music just not resonate with you? And be careful how you answer, because 90s music is right in my wheelhouse.
I'm a giant. I mean, I'm like a giant Soundgarden fan. You know, Nirvana, obviously. So absolutely, Oasis, giant Oasis fan, and of course, right here.
Of course, Blink-182. How are you not going to be a Blink-182 fan?
You know.
Thank you. That's awesome.
But no, I love the 90s music. But I mean, it started with the classics. Is where my love for music began.
Right. And you were born the year that Jurassic Park came out. And this isn't really a question, but I actually remember seeing Jurassic Park in the theaters as an adult. So that makes me crazy old.
Crazy old. Oh.
Who are your biggest musical influences?
Well, the Beatles, I would say, is
nice.
I mean, the biggest. The reason I started writing songs in the first place. But Beatles and Zeppelin and kind of everyone that you've just named. I mean, right now I'm in a serious Neil Young phase, like an obsessive Neil Young phase, and because we just started the tour and Jackson Browne, Running on Empty, like the quintessential road record.
So you listen to really great classic kind of stuff.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, they're classics for a reason, you know?
Yeah. And last year you actually went on the road with the Warped Tour.
Yes.
How was that? I love the Warped Tour.
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, you've done it, right? You've done
many times.
Many times, right? Yeah. So it's very, very rock and roll boot camp in a way. You know, I was always the finding out what time you played day of. I was not a fan of. Morning of. There was quite a few days actually where it was Taylor, you're on stage in 30 minutes, get out of bed, and it's like, oh crap. But it was a lot of fun. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed playing every day.
You embraced the parking lot culture?
I liked it, and we were lucky the bus didn't totally break down, so the heat.
That's a good tour there. If the bus doesn't break
down. If the bus doesn't break down, it's a good tour.
Do you feel that because you came out of television, a lot of people would expect some like pop nonsense coming out of you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't call it pop nonsense, but I mean, I'm sure that the direction and then the way the sound of the record isn't probably what people were expecting. I mean, it's a rock and roll record, you know.
A lot of people come out with that are actors and want to try and cross over to be a musician. They kind of write they'll work with a producer and they'll come up with some kind of throwaway song. I don't want to name names, but you know what I'm talking about, exactly.
Yes, I do. Well, no, I mean, the thing is, I would consider myself a musician who also acts. You know, I'm sure you know. You always, at least in the beginning, you need to have something else to subsidize your life. You know, and then acting for me is a job that I thoroughly enjoy. But music's been my life. I've been writing since I was 5 years old and singing since I can remember, and it's been something I've worked on my entire life, and finally wrote a record's worth of material that I wanted people to hear.
And do you write a lot of your own stuff?
Oh, the whole record, yeah. I wrote it with a band who also plays guitar.
You kind of speak your mind all the time. You've taken a lot of heat for the things you've said lately. Are there things that you wish that you wouldn't have said?
No, the one thing I can't say is I'm honest. I mean, I think that everything I say gets misconstrued. And I mean, I'm very sarcastic, and I've slowly begun to learn that sarcasm doesn't translate in print.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
So there's that, and then there's you take one word out of a sentence, and it's suddenly a totally negative statement. So a lot of what I say gets, when it's actually printed, misconstrued into something I wasn't actually trying to say.
Do you think people take it too seriously?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's music and TV. It's not.
Of course, it's not life or death here, people. there's more important problems. I mean, I always find an interesting one. Like I've been on CNN.com, and it's like, really, that's what the news is reporting about? Okay. There are bigger issues.
Absolutely. Speaking of bigger issues, something I want to tackle with you right now is your signature eyeshadow look. Do you see a lot of other people copying that out on the road?
I mean, it's cool. It's flattering.
Women and men?
Women and men.
Okay.
And it's definitely strange, though. I mean, because I just, it's how I do my makeup. I never thought of it like that, and suddenly it's a Taylor Momsen look.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
We took to the streets to get some questions from regular New York City teens. Are you cool to answer some of these?
Absolutely.
All right, roll it.
How do you deal with people who are lame?
Wait, she's a teen? I think it looks like she's in her mid-20s. How do you deal with people who are lame?
I don't.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
How can I find true love?
Did you understand what she said?
We are going to Japan. How can you find true love?
Exactly.
I'll tell you when I know. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Next question.
Okay, so what's the best pickup line you've ever heard or used?
Well, I don't know about best, but I was walking down the street in New York, and there was a homeless guy in the corner, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but I know that the end of it was like, "Hey, baby, something, something." And the best part about it is when you're done with me, you can drop me off anywhere.
Yikes.
And I was, so that's one that stuck in my mind. It was definitely gave me a laugh.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you
Really
so
appreciate it.
much.
Taylor Momsen, everybody.